Hey, I'm just making this video, cause it's late. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm a night owl. And I just wanted to make a video, cause I haven't really made one in a while, especially one that kind of talks about something besides reality TV and whatever. So, I want to talk about something that's been like an issue in the media, and I know this one in particular is a really touchy subject. And I say touchy because of the simple fact that some people do not understand what's right and what's wrong, no matter what the situation. And I'm prepared to get hate on this video from, a group of people. But I think the people who comment should be prepared for me either not to reply or to completely make an idiot out of them because you know, anyone in their right mind who does not see something wrong with this clearly has issues up there anyway. So let me just get into this. I really want to talk about the Justin Bieber legal issues going on. Now, the current thing, in case you've been living under a rock or you just don't give a shit, congratulations, by the way. You're doing great. Literally. Justin Bieber apparently was taken into prison for driving drunk, in Miami, not only driving drunk, but drag racing. And he was taken in for that. He was smiling in his mugshot. And then he was released from prison. And apparently later on, like yesterday or something, he was on a private plane with his dad and his friends, and they were smoking weed on the plane. And they were smoking so much to the point the flight attendants and the pilots had to wear oxygen masks. And they were being abusive. The father and Justin Bieber were being abusive people, or behaving abusively, or whatever you want to say, to the staff. I'm just going to get right into this and say I don't care how much he's idolized. I don't care how famous he is. I don't quite care. Like, he could honestly be an angel from heaven sent to the ground. If you're behaving like this, I don't care who you are. You do not deserve any respect of any sort. What really upsets me and kills me about this is the fact his actions are being justified by the simple fact that he's liked. The simple fact that he's a famous artist who has a lot of fans. These fans don't seem to acknowledge the fact he fucked up. He did. You can't tell me he didn't. Because not only driving drunk, but drag racing. Drag racing, that shit is dangerous if you're sober. What, you're in a damn Lambo? Like, especially that's a fast fucking car. It aggravates me because I see trending topic, free Justin, free Bieber, pray for Justin, and it honestly irks my nerve because all I can think is, what if he hit and killed somebody? The night he was drag racing, for all you guys know, if the police didn't pull him over, there could have been a family of four driving back from dinner, back from grandma's house. You got a young married couple, no, like mid-30s married couple driving, little 3-month-old in the back seat, 5-year-old bouncing around in the back seat, happy, excited. Now, what happens when your beloved Justin Bieber crashes into their car and kills all of the family except for one of the parents? So, are we gonna trend free Justin, free Biebs, whatever, with the knowledge of the fact the man whose family he just slaughtered is still alive? That's just whatchamacallit.
But it just, what I want is for people to quit justifying his actions. There's one thing I've heard as a justification throughout the years, and then one new development. And the new development's what really pisses me off. First one, he's just a kid. He made a mistake. Okay, let me tell you something. Justin is not a kid. You can justify him as a kid. You know why you can justify him as a kid? Because of the fact when he came into the music industry, he was 16. On top of that, in the music industry now, he's one of the youngest stars. But he's what, 20? He's no longer a kid. And other than that, everyone makes mistakes. People need to learn from their mistakes. They're not mistakes. If they're mistakes, when does he learn? That's the point of mistakes. You make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes. You don't continue to make the same mistakes until you're 60 years old and can't do that shit anymore, and you're like, oh, I learned my lesson. No. Mistakes are supposed to teach you that you can't act like that. And these aren't the only things he's done, though. He spit on flags. He spit on fans. That one's allegedly not true, but we're going to go with it anyway. He's gotten kicked out of countries, thrown temper tantrums in movie theaters, done everything you could even think of. And no matter what he does, there's always some reason. Second argument. Justin Bieber was diagnosed with depression and probably has thoughts of suicide and whatnot. And he's depressed, and by saying all this harmful stuff, use that term loosely, all this harmful stuff, we're making it worse, and we destroyed him in the media. Let me just straight out say this, because I don't really care. I'm depressed. I'm clinically depressed. I'm medicated for it. I have had thoughts of suicide all the time. You know, not anymore, but I did. And it absolutely insults me that we can justify harmful, almost homicidal behavior by saying, oh, well, he's depressed. In my, let's just say, past 6 years of my 19 years of living, that was worded weird, in my past 6 years of having depression, out of all my 19 years of life, I have never once even considered something so ignorant as to drive around drunk, especially in Miami. Like, drive around and put people's lives at risk. So, use the depression defense all you want. Say that we destroyed him and we tore him down, we ruined the person he was. No, we noticed things and commented on them. If anything, that should be more of a lesson. You make mistakes, you get criticized for it, and you pick that up and roll with it. Instead of abusing your power and your place in the world. Yeah, you have a lot of money. Yeah, you have a lot of people that love you. But at the end of the day, you gotta take into account these people are going to build off of what you do. If you're someone's idol. And you know what? Take into account, I don't hate Justin's music. I don't hate him because he's famous. I don't have anything against him besides the fact the decisions he makes and the personality he conveys or presents absolutely disgusts me. It's completely appalling, and I don't understand how anyone can defend him. If you want to say, oh, I'm so sad Justin got arrested, say that. Oh, I'm so upset, say that. But don't you dare try to say that he needs to be free. He didn't deserve it. And on top of that, It's our fault because we drove him into depression. What was it? We destroyed him. No, we didn't. He destroyed himself. And you know what? You know what? I think what everyone needs to do is just deal with the fact that these aren't mistakes anymore. When you have pissed off a countless amount of people and done a countless amount of illegal things, you have absolutely no right to consider them mistakes. How many countries, how many cities and states and places do you have to make a mistake in to learn from it? So, before you comment on this video telling me what a loser I am, what an idiot I am, how dumb I am, and how I don't understand how he's influenced people, I do. I understand how much he's influenced people. I do. You know, he accomplished something big. He started off on YouTube and became a big star, and he changed a lot of people's lives. And you know what? I'm really glad that all of you fans could have a connection with somebody like that. It's really cool. But what isn't really cool is looking at somebody's actions just because you like the music they put out and the person they are, and justifying them based on that. I said this on Twitter before. If anybody I was friends or family with, really close with, did any of the shit he did, I'd be like, sayonara. You know what? I love you. I love you to death. But this behavior you're putting out there, it's scaring me. So maybe you need to go to jail, and maybe you need some help. Maybe he does need to go to jail. You know what? Maybe he does. And you guys can get upset about it all you want, blame all the people who hate Justin Bieber and whatever. Most of the people who are saying shit don't even care enough about Justin Bieber. What they care about is the fact that his actions are being justified just because he's famous. Don't get mad at us because we're just stating it how it is. You know? I'm not hating on his music. I'm not hating on his voice. I'm not saying he's not a talented artist. I don't generally prefer him, but I don't hate him. I just do not like the person he is, and I do not like the shit he's doing. So, go ahead and tell me in the comments I don't understand, and I'm ignorant, and whatever. And just keep in the back of your mind while you're commenting that it's not that I don't understand and I'm not, and I mean, I don't understand and I'm ignorant and I don't get it. It's just that I understand that when comparing things you like to things that are actually relevant and comparing like talent to law, like, you know, the law is in best interest and that's all that matters. And I don't care how good of a singer he is, how much he melts your heart, how much you care about him. He fucked up. And he continues to fuck up. And until he quits, maybe he should just be like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from music, go to rehab. Do that. Go to rehab, do something. Because honestly, I'm not going to sit here and I mean, it's just disgusting sitting here and watching a bunch of people justify someone's actions because of their career. Don't support murder. That's all.